Coach, you mentioned how Florida Gulf Coast plays. You knew it coming into the game. Just what did you see from your team and just how they kind of took on that challenge and just overall played?
Same thing you saw. Very difficult. No, it's not fun to juggle post in and out of the game like that. I need these for defense. I need these for offense. You can't get in a flow, but I'm not surprised. It is what it is. They shoot the three ball from all over the floor. I'm not sure if you look back on it, if we would have made adjustments on switching at all position, it still exposes you. So what you have to do on the offensive end is you've got to score the ball. And I thought that I don't know at what point it was, guys, it was an 8-9 point game with 8 minutes to go. We had made 3 or 4 stops there in a row defensively, and then we just couldn't go execute. We couldn't go score the ball. We couldn't get it in the hands of the people we needed to. That just is going to come with time, coming with playing with each other. The effort was fine. The defense was not good, but I've got to play certain kids in order to be able to stay in ball games, but they exposed us defensively today. But it wasn't unexpected.
Khayla, it was towards the end of the third quarter, there was a traveling call that had caused a pretty visceral reaction from the crowd. What happened there?
I'm not really sure which play you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Kim, you had also talked about how dangerous they were shooting layups, that you had to try to prevent that, and it looked like they were having their way in that respect, too.
Oh, that's how you get exposed, is that your normal man-to-man defense, they want to suck you in to help. I mean, it doesn't matter what level you play at. If you have an offensive player that can duck their head and just go to the rim, you can't guard them one-on-one anymore. The game is too good for that. So you always try to have your second and third defenders, which we normally do. But in a game like this, if you choose to do that, they're kicking it out for threes. So we chose not to do that. Now, what we didn't do, because you can say twos are better than threes, but what we didn't do is we didn't, at the beginning of the first half, we just gave them the layups. How about going up with them and make them throw up? And we started doing a better job of that. We talked about that in the halftime locker room, is like at least make them have to, score a little bit harder when they do their layups. We got a long way to go, guys. This is the kind of team you didn't need on your schedule this early, okay? It was one we inherited, but we're not going to let it, just devastate us. We're going to get in the film room. We're going to correct. I don't know that you can even say correct things, because we've got kids that honestly can't guard that kind of stuff. So you can say, well, why didn't you try a zone? Listen, hell, if they're making shots with us in their face, what are they going to do if we stand back in a zone? You've got a great player in Bell. You've got transfers in there that come in there for a reason. They want to play that style.
Coach Ann Morris, this was Morris's first game at LSU. Presumably a transfer waiver might have been involved. Can you talk about the moment that found out she was able to play today?
Well, I found out a couple of days ago and just didn't release it. Didn't even tell the team. The team didn't even know till I put her in, and I didn't have a plan to put her in as quickly as I did, but I didn't like what took place on the jump ball. And when I saw what took place on the jump ball, I said, that's as good a time as any just to sub her and get somebody's attention, and that's what I did. And yes, the waiver was approved.
Alexis, you want to answer that?
Yeah, Coach told me don't say anything. Just be ready when she called my name. I was ready when she called my name. Very excited. I always wanted to play for Coach Mulkey. My journey has came full circle, and yeah, happy to be here.
Alexis, it was really fun to watch you out on the court today.
Appreciate you.
Glad you're able to play. What can fans expect from your play style now that you're finally eligible?
I'm going to get out in transition. Tonight I feel like I lacked in leadership, but I want to be a leader for this team. Scored. Coach got me at the off guard right now, so she's expecting me to score. So you'll see some scoring out of me defensively. I, pressure the ball, try to be that leader for this team. I got a big role on this team. High expectations.
Khayla, would you talk about the effort out there? It looked like y'all tried to make a run when y'all got down by 18, and the difficulty it is playing a team like that for a player from your point of view.
Yeah, like Coach said, they just, have a funny style of play, spread you out, and it's tough to guard them. Honestly, it is tough to guard them with the, spreading out like that. But we did, have a point there. We made a run. We kept saying in the huddle, get one stop, but we got to convert, and we was able to get those stops, but we didn't convert. So instead of, being able to cut into that lead, we didn't take advantage of it.
We scored. I mean, if you look at, almost 875 points, I'm not sure. I think if we score points like that all year, we'll be in ball games. So it wasn't necessarily the offense was bad. It was we didn't execute things in the critical part of games in inbounds play. 3 would know it and 1 wouldn't. 2 wouldn't, it's getting everybody on the same page. And that's part of growing up. That's part of a new staff. And that's why when you play teams that are polished and play a style that is very difficult, it just, all you can do is compete. So Iowa State will play similar with more post touches than that team. That team really has 0 post touches. So I knew what we were up against, and you just play hard.
Khayla, one thing about Florida Gulf Coast is even off makes, it looks like they were running and they were skipping the ball ahead. Just how challenging was that for your transition defense to match up with them?
Well, we did better in the second half. We were too busy trying to, necessarily guard our man in the first half, and instead of just getting somebody. So they did get out in transition, but once we made that adjustment, we did a little bit better with just matching up to the closest person you can.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.